Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
And on the line, we have Drew Gaffney, Burwell Broken Bow Livestock. How you doing, Drew?
Great. How are you guys?
We're doing pretty good. I don't know if we're up to great yet, but you probably get up earlier than we do.
Yeah, we're not up to your standard yet, Drew, but hopefully we'll get there sometime today.
It takes a lot to get up to that standard, fellas.
I hear you.
We're not going to even argue about that. How's things at the barns?
Real good. Kind of give you a little recap of what we did last week there, Broken Bow. We had right at 900 head of lay-up cows, and then we had some about 350 head of bred cows, and this is kind of how we operated. We had butcher bull division. We had butcher bulls averaging anywhere from 85 to 97. The bulk of those better bulls, some of those lower grading bulls was down there around that 75 to 80. In the butcher cow division, those good cows are bringing 65 to 74. Had a few of those really good fat cows bringing up there around that 76 to 77. And medium type cows, bulk of that trade was 55 to 63. And lower yielding cows, thinner cows was 42 to 50. And that's kind of how we were in the butcher cow division. In the fall pairs, we had a set of fall pairs, bring 17, 10, 3-year-old cows on that deal. And then we had some older type running age pairs, bring 14, 25, with some younger calves inside. The bred cow division didn't have a lot of young cows to test the market, but on the short solids, we had some bringing 1,100 to 1,175. Solid mouth cows, we had cows bringing right at $1,500. And in the short-term cow division, we had cows bringing right at 900 on the average. And that's kind of how we operated there last Thursday. This week, got 2 big days there in Broken Bow and Burwell. 2 big calf runs. Kind of tell you a little bit about Broken Bow's calf run. In the lean calf division, we got 160 head of black, white face steers and heifers, weigh 4.5 to 6, coming from Richard and Brenda Still, Wyatt and Rebecca Eggleston. Going to be a good set there. We got 150 head of black, white face steers and heifers, laying 5 to 650. Always a super sweet set coming from Jim and Denise Russell. And we got 54 head of crossbred steers and heifers, weighing 450 to 600 pounds. They're going to be super green, coming from Haythorne and Shadow out of Arthur. And then we got 45 head of black and red steers and heifers, weighing 550 to 650 pounds. Good pre-condition coming from Cherokee Cow Company. And we got 25 head of black steers and heifers, weighing 4 to 6, coming from Dennis and Judy Stunkel. In the non-lean calf division, we got 220 head of black, white face, a few red steers and heifers, weighing 5 to 6.5, coming from Steve O'Neill. Got 200 head of black steers and replaced quality heifers on this deal. Heifers aren't kept, weighing 550 to 650 pounds, coming from Jim and Tian Reed. And we got 100 head of black, white face steers and heifers, weighing 475 to 650, coming from the Baumgartner family. And we got 100 head of black, white face steers and heifers, weighing 5 to 6, coming from Bill and Janice Noziska. And we got 105 head of black, white face steers and heifers, weighing 5 to 650, coming from RC Ranch, Grand Singers, Ryan Chelsea Grand Singer up there at Myrna. We got 100 head of black, white face, and red, white face steers and heifers, weighing 5 to 6, coming from Renee Mack and Rusty Cray. Got 75 head of choice Charlie Cross and few of black, white face, red, white face steers and heifers, weighing 5 to 7, coming from Joyce Holmesmeyer and Stacy Miller Stalker. We got 40 head black and red steers laying 4 and 5.5 coming from Jim Henson. We got 35 head of black tight white face steers, replacement quality heifers laying 6 to 7. Going to be big scout calves coming from Randy and Lori Blakeman. And we got 25 head of black and steers and heifers laying 5 or 6.5 coming from Larry Mosier. And 13 head of red Angus steers and heifers coming from Bob Barbier. And 11 head of black and few Char Cross steers coming from Pauline Hanson. And last over the weekend and yesterday, we really added on to this list. So we're looking at 1,500 to 1,700 headed calves coming in on Broken Bow on Thursday. And Burlow on Friday, we're looking at about 2,000 headed calves. They do a lot of good green grass type shallow guys looking for that. And that's how we're going to operate there. If you got any questions, give us a call. 308-872-3334. Give me a call, 308-872-1105. Just a reminder, next week, Thanksgiving week, no sale on Broken Bow livestock. So if you need to get rid of those lamps, get bins cleaned up and stuff, we encourage you to do that this week. And as long as you be sure to bring those cattle in on Wednesday and avoid the lines and the traffic, and we'll sure get those cattle put back on feed and water. Once again, you can call 308-872-1105.
All right, Drew. Thanks so much. Drew, we have a little controversy going on here at the radio station. I wanted to ask you a question, see if you could kind of give us your opinion on it. Are you okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We got into a conversation yesterday. You know about those hot cross buns or those, dinner rolls. Dinner rolls.
Right.
When you eat those with your Thanksgiving dinner or any other time, do you open it up and put butter and then close it back up, or do you tear it in half and use both pieces?
Are you crazy? You tear it in half, use both pieces?
Amen, brother.
Drew,
yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, I wouldn't eat those very often because my mother makes homemade rolls, and hers are the absolute best.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, they're just as sweet as my mother is herself, so,
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, boy, you must be really kind of buttering her up for some extra, maybe a little extra turkey.
Well, it's always helps the butter up, trust me.
Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, guys.
No matter how old you get, as a son, it's always good to butter up mom.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Doesn't hurt a thing.
Absolutely.
And they deserve it.
They do.
They deserve it. More often than they get it.
Yeah, probably right.
All right. School lunch menus. Let's take a look here as we roll along here through this Tuesday. And we do have some guests coming in. Of course, Logan will be in, I believe. Now, what is this? Yeah, he won't be hunting yet. So
he hunted yesterday, actually.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he shot down a turkey.
Oh, on the air.
Yes.
He finally got one, huh?
Yes, so I know he's coming in today to claim his prize.
Okay.
So
he'll be in for Arrow Seed. Also, we'll be visiting with Mark Stock with Big Iron Auction Company. And we'll be visiting with Mike Peck with the Gateway Farm Expo, which is coming up here very, very soon in Kearney, Nebraska. So we're going to find out more about that this morning. Now, let's take a look at the school lunch menus here on this Tuesday, 16th day of November. Today at Sandhills Schools, it's hamburger patty on a bun, chips, and baked beans.
All right, I've got Sargent for you today. Chicken and noodles with mashed potatoes, strawberry cake, fruit cup, dinner roll, milk, and salad bar at Sargent.
At Litchfield today, they're going to be enjoying chili or chicken noodle soup, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
All right, Thetford today serving walking tacos.
And Selma Myrna Schools, it's turkey and gravy with dinner roll, Asian salad with roasted flatbread, mashed potatoes with chicken gravy. Oh, that sounds good. Fruit and veggie bar, and, of course, milk.
All right, SEM today, they're getting green bean power.
Oh.
Green beans and chicken strips on the menu today at SEM.
At Ansley today, it's a work day, so they'll not have classes. The teachers will be doing some instructions of some sort.
Callaway today, hamburgers on the menu today for Callaway.
And, of course, I know Melissa Burney is at the Ansley Schools, and she does need some instructions.
Oh, my. Again, folks, we do remind you that the comments of David J. Burney do not necessarily reflect those of the rest of the staff that work here at KCNI KBBN Radio.
That's true.
Okay.
I'm going to say good morning to our chat boxers here.
Are you?
Yeah, just seems like
All right, wait a minute. Can I time you? I want to see how long it takes you to type good morning.
Done.
Oh, wow. Impressive.
Yeah.
Woo.
Okay. Want to play the game?
We can.
All right.
November is no shave month, and so we're asking questions about beards and famous bearded men. This is a good one. In 1860, an 11-year-old girl named Grace Biddell wrote a letter to then presidential hopeful Abraham. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, keep reading it. To then presidential hopeful Abraham Lincoln, encouraging him to grow a beard to attract more votes. Which president followed this advice? Would it be Teddy Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, or John Adams? Those are your choices. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
And it is Tumbleweed Day today.
Yes.
The phone is ringing. We'll pick it up while you listen to this.
Ask anyone in the county to name the specialty at the Tumbleweed Cafe, and you probably won't get the same answer from any two people. And here's the reason. They don't specialize on one or two dishes. They go all the way to make every item on their home-cooked menu the very best. Add to that the cheerful and relaxed atmosphere, the friendly but courteous service, and you're sure to love your experience there every time. Located on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow, it's the Tumbleweed Cafe.
All right. We have Deb on the line. Good morning, Deb.
Good morning, Dave.
How's things?
Things are good.
All right. Before you answer this question, it's a tough one. How about the dinner roll? Where are you on that? Do you tear it clear apart, butter both of them, or do you open it up, put the butter in, and then leave it as one unit?
I open it up, put the butter in, and eat it as one.
Oh, really?
I love you,
wow.
Deb. I love you very much. Thank you.
Okay, Deb, here's your question. In 1860, an 11-year-old girl named Grace Biddell wrote a letter to a presidential hopeful, encouraging him to grow.
What was his name?
Yeah, we're gonna find out. Oh, now I'm coughing. Encouraging him to grow a beard to attract more votes. Which president followed this advice? Was it Teddy Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, or John Adams?
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, of course it was Abraham Lincoln. And because you've answered correctly, we have for you, Deb, a certificate that will get you a free tumbleweed meal at the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow. So
Awesome.
just come on out and see us.
I will. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Deb.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 7:43.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
When you're gearing up for the next sports season, remember Geared for Sports in Broken Bow for all the equipment and fanware you need. It's hard to believe, but basketball and wrestling will be here soon. Scott has the shoes and gear you need to play. If he doesn't have what you're looking for, just ask, and he'll try his best to get what you need. When you're in, check out the new Husker apparel arrivals that have been added to their huge selection. On the square in Broken Bow, Geared for Sports.
7:44. Good to have you folks along. As we mentioned, Arrowseed will be in yet this half hour. And a little later on, we're going to be visiting with Mark Stock and Mike Peck with the Gateway Farm Expo is going to be our guest via the telephone this morning. Other than that, we have a whole list of other things that we're going to be telling you about here this morning on The Breakfast Show. Now, one of those things we want to talk about here real quick, this is just kind of a teaser. Last year, Andy Gibbons asked us if we would take part in Christmas light contest.
Yeah, helping promote his Christmas light contest.
Because he doesn't monkey around. And,
No.
And he wanted to see more lights up because he's an electrician.
Absolutely.
And it went over really well. And so this is the second year for the Lighted Up Decorating Contest of homes and businesses. Those in Custer County and 30 miles beyond will be eligible, and there'll be cash prizes again this year.
Nice.
So entries will end on December 5th, and voting ends on the 19th of December, and winners will be announced on the 20th of December. More details to come on how you enter and how you vote out there on the ones that you like.
Good.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll be telling you more about that. It's also turkey time continues, and you mentioned yesterday. I thought it was amazing yesterday. We were off the air for a couple hours for repairs up on the FM tower. And I believe we went on at 3:02, back on at 3:02. And the guys got up the tower and made the repairs, and so we should be able to get through winter without having major problems. It was worth the 2 hours. So I thought, well, this is kind of tough because it's turkey time, and it might be difficult to get people back to listening again for the turkey time. Jeremy played it right away.
I noticed that,
Right
yeah.
after the weather and news at 3, guy called in, won a turkey.
Nice.
So that worked out pretty good. And then, of course, turkey time continued over on KCNI, and we'll continue to do that for a while yet, thanks to all of our businesses.
Yeah. You were talking about guests coming in. I think that we hope to have members of the Broken Bow Athletic Booster Club coming in today as well, as we'll be visiting about the Winter Sports Tip-Off, which they will be hosting at the Broken Bow High School this year. And we'll be visiting with players and coaches of the Broken Bow Winter Sports Athletic teams. Also, the cheer squad, I think, is going to join us this year as well.
Nice.
For the Winter Sports Tip-Off. So we'll be talking about that, letting you know how you can get involved. Come out and join us, and we'll broadcast it on the air. That's coming up on Friday. And they'll be in to share more details with you coming up later in the show.
Oh, good. Yeah, it was on page 2. I didn't see that. And it was...
Yeah, we've got a 2-page list today.
So my apologies. Yes, they will be in, and that should be informative and fun. You know what I could really go for right now? I wonder if they would do this at the Tumbleweed.
Ooh, what's
Just
that?
make a half of a pancake.
Oh.
Because if you eat
Well, I got a better idea.
What's that?
Make a whole pancake, and then you and I can split it.
Yeah, that would work too. Just cut it in half. And,
Yeah, see?
Or, go ahead and plan on maybe just taking a small nap after you ate a big one.
Yeah,
the whole
there
thing.
Yes.
Because they're just beautiful pancakes. Put the syrup on there and the butter. Some people like peanut butter on their pancakes even. It's up to you.
Yeah.
We used to do that when we were kids once
Did
in a
you?
while. Yeah.
I don't know if I ever have.
Give it a try.
Really?
It's not bad.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it all the time.
I do like peanut butter.
Yeah.
So.
It's the combination of the peanut butter and the syrup. Not a bad deal.
Really?
On the pancake. Anyway, you can do all that at the Tumbleweed Cafe. And again, you can have breakfast anytime they're open. Now, when you get about 11 o'clock or so, then they can no longer make the pancakes and the waffles because they change over to making dinner or lunch, whatever you call it. And so, go into the Tumbleweed, have breakfast anytime, take in their Sunday buffet. It's fabulous. If you're going to have a party, business gathering, Christmas party, anniversary celebration, birthday party, they have the room that you can rent, and it really makes it easy because they can just walk the food right into you there. And you'll have coffee and water and the whole works. They'll take care of you. And, of course, you can go in and order off their menu anytime. They have noon specials and evening specials at the Tumbleweed Cafe, East Highway 2, Broken Bow. Now, I know they are still, like so many businesses, a little short of help right now, so their hours are a little shortened what they would normally be, but not drastically. They're open 7 days a week. They're just closing a little bit earlier. So stop in, enjoy a home-cooked style meal at the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow, Nebraska. Logan is here. Are you here to pick up your turkey or your certificate?
I probably could be.
I think we can get that to you when you finish your show.
Awesome.
How many shots did it take you?
I think it was 3.
Three.
Three
Yeah.
shots?
Yep.
Finally got it.
Yep. That was a lot of shots for a turkey. Yeah. 'Cause I think I called in a few other times.
Oh, that wasn't your first time calling in. Oh, I didn't
No.
know that.
That wasn't my first rodeo.
No?
It was my first turkey.
That's
well,
good.
Well, that's good though, because it shows your perseverance.
Exactly.
That's what I
You
like.
gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, are you going to? I know you like to smoke things. Are you going to smoke this turkey?
Planning on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are you going to put one in the oven for Thanksgiving, or do you have other plans?
I don't know. We're having Thanksgiving with Mom and Dad, so I don't know what their
menu.
what their menu is gonna look like.
All right, and of course, deer season is underway. This is the second week.
Yep.
And
Of
you-
the rifle deer season.
Yep, rifle season, and I think I remember you were going to take a couple of extra days, or did you already get one?
Nope, I haven't got one yet, but you won't see me at Arrow Seed after today.
Okay.
Wow.
So
You'll be in the field.
Yep.
All right.
I'll be back Monday of next week.
For all those people out there hunting deer, when they get one and they decide what they're going to do as far as processing, can you help?
We can.
What can you help with?
We can help with the seasonings.
Mm-hmm.
We can help with the equipment to grind it, to slice it, to dehydrate it, to smoke it. Or we can just help and tell you this is what you need.
All right. And remember, too, you've taught us this, that this process not only works for deer, it works for all proteins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. You could probably make like a pea jerky or a Beyond Meat jerky, I would guess.
Oh.
You know, like the protein based, but not meat.
Oh, I suppose you could, but around this part of the country, there probably wouldn't be a high demand for that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't, but you can make it out of about anything.
Beef and pork and
Yep.
chicken, and I don't know about fish. I guess you could smoke some fish.
Yeah, I mean I've smoked trout before, so
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
All right. So you're holding up all right wise so far?
Yes,
Supply-wise?
supply-wise, so far so good.
That's a new internet connection, by the way.
Yeah.
Supply-wise.
Nice.
Well, if there was supply-wise, we'd probably get stuff faster, wouldn't we?
I don't know. We need to.
So yes, right now we're sitting pretty good, but like I've reiterated about every time I've been on the past few weeks, if you think you're gonna need something, get it now,
Okay.
because once we're out of it, it's gonna take a little bit of time to get it back in.
All right. Okay. All right. A lot of cattle out on stocks right now, and I'm sure that most of the electric fencing has been done, but might be discovering that there's some weak spots.
Yep, you know, and it's kind of crazy. So I was watching TV yesterday. I didn't hunt. I hunted this weekend before work on Saturday and Saturday afternoon a little bit, and then I didn't do anything Sunday or yesterday. But when I got off work, I just wanted to relax a little bit, and you know, seeing a lot more cattle out. Well, there was actually a documentary on the history of the milk cow.
Oh.
The history of a milk cow.
Yes, like how it started to be commercialized, basically.
Okay.
And they were saying that when the guy that first milked a cow sat on the stool, you know, the milking stool, it was actually pretty fascinating because it originally had 4 legs, but then they actually took it down to 3 because the cow had the udder.
Nice. Makes sense. Yes. The cow had the udder one. Of course.
I'm going to have a little coffee. You go ahead.
I don't know where to continue. What else is going on?
Well, that little story right there,
Yes.
they would have alleviated all of that if they just would have had the cattle out on stocks, had the old Bessie out on
Yeah.
stocks, and put some electric fence around it.
Yeah. Yeah, wouldn't have to be milking in the stanchion there.
Exactly. So we've got a pretty good selection right now. We are running low on solar energizers, so if that might be something you need, come in now.
Okay.
We've got others on order, but they're back ordered, and I don't have a firm ETA on them.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've got on the shelf is what I've got.
Okay. All right. A little low on the solar units.
Yep,
Okay.
we're good on the plug-in, the 110 plug-in units and battery-powered units, but the solars are pretty slim pickings right now.
Okay. All right.
So
Well, that's good to know. And that time of year, they're out there munching around and picking up that little bit of grain that hit the ground. Hopefully not too much, but it's kind of a good way to clean it up, isn't it?
It is, and we've got the fence, we've got the wire, we've got the insulators, we've got all that stuff. It's just the energizers that are kind of hit and miss right now.
All right. I know that it's a ways off, but looking towards past the holidays, and before you know it, you get into January, February, and then we're looking towards spring. That's the way we are as people. We look to the next season. And I know that you guys sell different kinds of fencing for rotating pastures and so forth.
Yep.
I wonder if it would be a good idea to, if you're planning on doing something like that, come in and talking to you guys.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to plan out a little bit, with the supply chain issues across the board right now, not just on fencing, but you go to a grocery store and it's the same way.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to get a plan together and maybe get that stuff now while we have it on hand.
All right. I know that we're all scurrying around. Thanksgiving is coming up quick. We probably want to dress up our yards a little bit, maybe our houses, and I know that Becky's got some ideas for that.
She does. She's got a lot of cool fall decor. We got doormats, we've got garden flags, we've got mailbox wraps. Tis the season for decor.
And changing things up a little bit.
Yes, it's the changing of the seasons.
Fall colors and turkeys and pilgrims, that sort of thing.
Winter gloves, you good on those?
We do. We have a good selection of insulated leather gloves that are super warm. So I've got a pair, and I've had them for a few years now. And they're just my good all-around go-to if I'm going to be working out in the yard or working outside gloves. So they last.
All right. I know that you're going to be back, but you will be closed on Thanksgiving, we assume. Is any other hours changing around that?
I think there was talk that we'll be closed Black Friday or on the Friday after Thanksgiving, but I don't know if that's set in stone yet.
Let us know next week.
Yep. It depends on what our staffing is going to look like. So
sure. All right.
Yep.
Well, we got a couple minutes left. Anything else you wanted to mention?
Along with the deer hunting side of things, we do have headlamps,
right,
that are super bright. They're super small, but they're really, really bright, and they're rechargeable.
Right.
So
a couple different options, 2 or 3 different options on those too.
Yep. And then the flashlights, we've got anything from like a little pin-sized flashlight clear on up to one that shoots a half-mile beam. So those Nebo Lux Streams are the ones that have the half-mile beam. They are bright.
How big is that?
It's, I don't know, maybe a foot.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's not big and bulky.
Sure. Yeah.
So
12 inches or
ish.
Yep. All right.
But the cool thing with those, so when you go to the big cities and they're having like a premiere or something like a big gathering of some sort, and you see the big beams going up in the air.
Yes.
This is like a handheld version of those.
Nice. That'd be nice to take to a concert, where they break out the ballad, the slow song or whatever, and they do the, everybody gets out their cell phone and shines their light. You could have one of those, take that to a concert and just start shining that sucker.
Yeah, you could, but then you'd disrupt the air traffic because, people that are flying would think it's an airport.
Yeah, you would need to be careful.
So
if it goes that far, they might come get you.
Yeah, they are ridiculous bright, though.
But boy, is that really handy for people out in the fields. And
it is. Yeah. It'd be a good calving flashlight.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that it's better to have it and never need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah, it's better than having a flashlight you take out of the glove box and you turn it on and it's just really dim, and then you hit the side of it and it blinks, and you may as well not have one. It's just a frustration.
Yep.
And it's also no help.
Exactly.
when you're in a jam. So.
Yep. Okay. But yeah, those half-mile beam flashlights are awesome.
And if you're like me, having one for each vehicle is not a bad idea. Because if you grab one to take it in the other vehicle, then when you're in the other vehicle, You don't have it with you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So we do have the little, I guess I'd call them like a travel flashlight that you actually plug into your 12-volt adapter in your vehicle, and it charges it that way. Take it out and use it and plug it right back in, but it's a good one. Doesn't take up any room. Doesn't take up any room in a glove box, a center console. You just plug it into your cigarette lighter, and there you have it.
And it's always there.
Exactly.
Good idea.
So that's a good one to keep one in each vehicle.
Yeah.
Good luck with your deer hunting.
Well, thank you.
And we'll be anxious to find out. Now, we know you've got a turkey. Now, the deer is next. Will you report back to us Tuesday?
I'm sure I probably will.
Okay.
We'll see how tired I am from hunting for the next few days in a row. But
yeah, well, you never know when you go out. It's going to happen right away, or it's going to be a long hunt.
That's just it. There's been years where I've gone out, and the first 15 minutes of season, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then there's been years that I've gone out, and after the last 15 minutes of the season, I'm going home and eating tag soup.
Tag soup.
So.
All right. News is next. Thanks, Logan.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
In the morning, you are awakened by the twitter of a little bird.
But now it's Dave and Brent.
I knew there was a reason I got out of bed this morning.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN. You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. President Biden and China's Xi Jinping held a 3.5-hour virtual summit last night. CBS's Ed O'Keefe is at the White House.
A senior administration official said the two leaders discussed human rights, climate change, COVID-19 and the importance of transparency amid a pandemic, economic commitments, and China's military activity around Taiwan.
Jury deliberations are set to begin this morning in Kyle Rittenhouse homicide trial in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Former defense attorney Jessett Nicholson Gates.
This is an extremely divisive case. I think that there are going to be people that are unhappy no matter which way this verdict comes out.
18-year-old Rittenhouse accused of killing two people at a Black Lives Matter protest. New hope for people with COVID in developing nations. CBS's Vicki Barker.
Pfizer has signed a deal with a UN-backed group that will see its experimental COVID-19 pill produced and distributed to 95 countries, representing just over half the world's population.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here was a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. As cases of COVID-19 continue to climb in Nebraska, up nearly 43% in the last few weeks, some of the hardest hit counties have found vaccinations slow to come by. According to records from the CDC and a nationwide New York Times study, Douglas County, with a 71% vaccination rate, those qualified to get the shot, averaged 34 cases a day per 100,000 people. On the other hand, Scottsbluff County, which is averaging 195 cases a day per 100,000 people, has a vaccination rate of 44%. And although Douglas County is faring far better than most other rural parts of the state, county officials see the numbers heading in the wrong direction. Douglas County Health Director Lindsay Hughes spoke to the county commissioners.
For several weeks, we were seeing a decline in our cases, which definitely had us hopeful, if cautiously so. And over the past couple of weeks, we have seen those numbers unfortunately begin to go up again. Unfortunately, it appears that that is not something that is going to resolve very soon. Hopefully, we are able to get vaccinations on board quickly enough to blunt any type of major increase that we would see. However, this is not a time to rest on our laurels.
Two other metro counties, Sarpy and Lancaster, are 70% vaccinated with 45 cases a day per 100,000. Head up to South Dakota border and Rock County with 200 cases a day per 100,000 people. Rock County has a vaccination rate of 39%. Other major cities within 500 miles, Minneapolis, 78% vaccination rate, 48 cases per 100,000. Chicago, 75% vaccination rate, 15 cases per 100,000. Denver, 71% vaccination rate, 62 cases per 100,000, and Des Moines, Iowa, 72% vaccination rate, 32 cases per 100,000. The CDC defines a low rate of transmission as, among other things, fewer than 10 new daily cases per 100,000 people. Douglas County is expected to release numbers this week detailing the number of COVID-19 deaths in the county among vaccinated and unvaccinated individuals.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
Week 10 of the NFL came to a close with a surprise on Monday Night Football, an NFC West clash as the 49ers roll over the Rams 31-10. San Francisco wide receiver Deebo Samuel had a pair of touchdowns, one rushing, one receiving. The 49ers rushed as a team for 156 yards to LA's 52. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford had a pair of interceptions, one return for a score. In their LA debuts, wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. had 2 catches for 18 yards, and linebacker Von Miller had 3 tackles, 1 for loss. San Francisco was winless at home this season before getting this victory. They're now 4-5 overall. LA had been undefeated on the road this year. They're now 7-3 overall. NBA games of note: Mavericks beat the Nuggets 111-101. Nikola Jokic 35 points, 16 rebounds in a losing effort. The Bulls beat the Lakers 121-103. DeMar DeRozan 38 points in the win for Chicago. Suns won their 9th straight, topping the Timberwolves 99-96. The Wizards, top team in the Eastern Conference, beat the Pelicans 105-100.
Here's your Weatherology forecast. For today, look for partly sunny skies with warm high temperatures working up to 77. We'll have our winds becoming breezy, turning to the northwest. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 31. Much cooler on Wednesday, despite lots of sunshine. We're back to a high of 44 with gusty northwest winds. And for your Thursday, still mostly sunny, up to 46. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. Not only is it time for open enrollment for a lot of people, it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For the typical family, switching to MediShare saves about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. Think what you could do with that. But if you join right now, MediShare is waiving their new member fee, so that's another $170 you'll save. And MediShare is really different. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills. More than 400,000 people are members, and they've shared over $4 billion in medical bills. So, yes, they can handle your bills, too. This may be the time to make the switch. Join before November 30th for the additional savings. It's so easy to find out more. They're great to talk to. In fact, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
8:08, 46 degrees outside under now a mostly cloudy sky, and it's getting dark out there. What the heck's going on?
I don't know.
I could see stars this morning, and I was reporting clear skies. Now it's cloudy. Why why do we have to change like that? Why can't Mother Nature just give, like yesterday and leave it that way all day?
Wow. Yeah, I don't know.
It's supposed to be warm today, but windy, by the way, as you just heard. Right. Mostly cloudy right now. Winds are not a factor so far. Barometric pressure is falling. It's at 29.66. Humidity at 50%. Yesterday's high out at the Broken Bow Airport, 76, with an overnight low of 36. Isn't that something? Sunset today at 5:19. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:29. We have recorded 4100ths precipitation so far this month here at the studios. Good to have you aboard. There's something about saying Ansley, America, which is fun to say. On Main Street of Ansley, America is Ansley Lumber and Supply, where they'll sell you quality goods and top quality service.
Absolutely.
At Ansley, America.
There you go. Hey, as we come into these, I was going to say colder. It will get colder. I know yesterday was in the 70s. Today may be the same. But you might be looking to add some insulation or redo some insulation. Don't forget that they sell it right there at Ansley Lumber and Supply. And with purchase of insulation there, you can get to use their blow-in insulation machine. It's super quiet and easy to use. Comes with a trailer to haul to the site. Again, free to use with purchase of insulation at Ansley Lumber and Supply. They've got everything you need from premium lumber to metal for metal buildings, GAF shingles to Benjamin Moore paint with over 3,500 brilliant colors. Ansley Lumber and Supply also offers whole new home building packages. Consultations from their professionals and delivery are available too, so give them a call today at 935-1815 or just stop by. Ansley Lumber and Supply, locally owned and operated in downtown Ansley. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Open on Saturday from 8 until noon.
Catching up just a little bit here. Didn't have any birthdays come in that we made us aware of, local birthdays, and not really a lot of birthdays at all that are listed through our CBS affiliate. But one that is notable is Diane Crawl. Now, Diana Crawl is 57, and you may remember her as kind of a jazz. She is a jazz singer, and she's the best-selling jazz artist of all time. And if you get a chance, if you don't have it, get her Christmas music. You'll love it. It's fantastic. What a beautiful voice she has. And I didn't know this. She's married to Elvis Costello.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they met through Elton John. So there you go. And Brandy Glanville, 49, Glanville, I'm sorry, a reality star. Does that ring a bell? Because you know them all. Usually you know them.
No, I don't really watch reality television.
The former
Just
model,
a couple of shows.
Yeah. The former model became one of the drama queens of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I don't watch that.
Me neither. All right, here's one that you will remember, though. A lot of folks wouldn't even admit it back in the day, but soap operas were huge. There are still a couple left, but they're not the TV go-to as they once were.
Oh, there used to be several.
And people would stop their day to sit down and watch them in the afternoons and mornings. Luke and Laura.
Oh, General Hospital.
40 years ago today, General Hospital characters Luke and Laura got married during a two-part special. 40 years ago today. It was watched by a record 30 million viewers and made your mom feel sad about her own wedding, just thinking back about getting married.
Yeah.
But I remember Luke and Laura. Luke was played by Anthony Geary, and Laura was played by Jeannie Francis. And they got married in that two-part special 40 years ago today. Now, one last note here before we go to another live read. It's National Check Your Windshield Wiper Day.
That's a good idea.
This time of year, before you start traveling for the holidays, nothing worse than realizing that as the snow comes down and ice and snow is forming out there, that it's leaving a big track of ice and snow on your windshield because your blade is shot. I happen to have one of those, and every time I get in the car and there's a little moisture out there, I go, I got to go get that changed. Now, I don't know about you guys out there listening, but I have trouble when I change windshield wipers. It seems rather complicated to me.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point now where I let other people do it.
I think it's less frustrating.
It is. I agree. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Finally, you'll get it, and you don't know how you actually did.
Yeah.
You know.
So when you go to do it again,
you can't.
You can't. You're like, oh, I know I did this one time, but I can't remember how I did it.
Why doesn't this fit like the other one does? Well,
Yeah.
it really does. You just don't think it
And
fits.
each vehicle's different.
Yeah. So a lot of the parts stores will come out and put them on for you.
Yep.
And I think that's where I'm going. To a parts store that'll put
where
on
I
a
go.
windshield wiper.
I know.
Save blood pressure.
Yeah.
But it is National Check Your Wiper Day, and I think it's a good idea this time of year to do that. And it's also the anniversaries, kind of switching around here. I know you've watched these shows, the Home Alone movies.
I've seen the first one, and that's it.
Okay.
I've not seen the others.
So it's the anniversary of the first one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That was a classic
When was it
film.
released, do you think?
Okay, I'm going to go, because I remember going to see it in the theater. I want to say I was just in college. I'm guessing somewhat 90, 91, 92, somewhere right in there.
Very good. 1990.
90.
It's been 31 years since Kevin McAllister was left to fend for himself in the Home Alone movies. There's been several since then. I think the first one was probably going to be voted the best one by most people, but you know, when they sell as big as that one, you're going to see more of them,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Also, before we close here and move along, it's National Button Day.
Button Day. Like a button shirt or like a button that you wear on your shirt?
Collecting buttons.
Collecting buttons.
There are still people out there who collect buttons.
Oh.
This hobby started back in 1938. It became an organized hobby back in 1938, and people still do that. And there's a note here, excuse me, with this is go ahead and share your button collection on social media. It might be one of the more interesting things on there. So, all right. You want to talk about jobs a little bit? Do you want to hand me some of those? So
sure. Yeah, just feel free to come on over and grab what you want here.
Just throw me some over here, neighbor.
There you go.
Oh, by the way.
Yes.
You're going to be, you and Shelley are going to be Joan and I's neighbors and other people in our neighborhood. And you mentioned to me a little bit ago, and I was kind of alluding to the fact that maybe we'd like to welcome you to the neighborhood by coming over.
Yeah, by inviting yourself over.
And staying overnight.
That's pretty much what you've done.
We'd like to stay overnight and have a sleepover.
Wow. Okay.
And also you mentioned this morning that you have a basement across the way. It's unfinished, is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Our house, Brent,
yes,
neighbor, it was built in 1913, okay?
Okay.
So they dug the basement out. I think there was probably a coal stove underneath it at one time. And then, so there was just that compartment. And then later they took the coal stove out and they dug the whole thing out, or pretty much the whole thing. Well, it's got these, it's just like it's like a dugout down there, and they plastered in the walls.
Okay.
And it's kind of musty down there at times, and my bedroom is in the basement where I sleep.
Okay.
I was just, since you sounds like you've got a really nice, dry, clean, large area there, what do you think about me just coming over and putting my bed in your basement? I mean, I just come over about 8:30, 9 o'clock and go to bed.
Do you treat all your new neighbors like this? When you find someone new coming into the neighborhood, do you immediately approach them and, number one, invite yourself over, and then number two, approach them about basically moving in?
Well, no, because but when I have not, like when Joni and Chris.
I was going to say I want to talk to Joni and see if when they moved in to the neighborhood, if you were knocking on the door all of a sudden saying, "Hey, what's your basement look like? You mind if I just maybe bring my bed over, move into your basement?"
Well, I don't know. I didn't know them that well when I know you. That's the difference.
Well,
we've known each other for 25 years, and we're co-hosts and buddies. Now we're neighbors. But with the Chris and Joni, I went over and asked them, "Do you want me to mow your yard? It looks like maybe I could
so
do that
you did
for
that. You haven't offered any of that to me yet."
And then I also sometimes would go over and help them scoop the snow, but I'm not.
So when it came to them, you basically went over and said, "Hey, what can I do for you?" Now with me, it's been like kind of, if you want my opinion, Dave's kind of been like, "Well, Brent, what can you do for me?"
Well, we're neighbors. And Ted and Judy, who lived with us next door to 40-some years, Ted would sometimes get out his snowblower and clean up our drive, and if he wasn't around, I would clean up his, and I would chop up leaves for him sometimes so he wouldn't have to rake. And now
that's nice.
Our new neighbors, Ed and Vicky, who live where Joe and Sandy Shea used to live.
Yes.
We were trimming some trees Sunday, and Ed come over and said, "Do you need some help?"
Nice.
And he come over and offered his help, and they're great neighbors. Fantastic neighbors. And
so did you approach them? Do you just knock on their door and say, "Hey, when are you going to have me over?" Or what do you got for supper tonight? Maybe I'll come over.
I haven't asked you for supper yet.
What? Well, kind of.
But I know Shelley's a really good cook, and sometimes Joan gets tired of cooking for me.
Well,
just checking here.
Everything okay?
Yeah,
You're looking at your phone.
Well, I was hoping maybe I wasn't making some neighbors mad.
Oh.
But no, we're all good.
Okay.
But yeah, we've always had great neighborhood relationships. We don't get in each other's.
I certainly not moving in to upset.
Well, let me ask you this: you got a vacant basement down. You're just probably going to store things down there. Why couldn't you just have my bed down there? Is there a bathroom down there?
No.
Oh. Do you think maybe that you could get one put in?
Yeah, I was maybe I can get a porta potty. I'll just roll one down there for you.
I don't know. I'll have to think about
contact Mr.
that.
Squire. Say, hey, Dave wants to move into my basement, so thought we'd get a porta potty down there for him.
What did Shelley say about the sleepover idea?
I haven't talked to Shelley about the sleepover.
Gosh, I'd like to know so we can, get some extra popcorn to bring over. Do you like potato chips? We can bring some chips along, too. Although I do get kind of messy sometimes when I eat chips.
Ya? Okay.
I don't want to get it all over your carpet.
All right.
The Nebraska Department of Transportation is currently accepting applications for a highway maintenance worker in Oconto and a highway construction technician in Broken Bow. For a full job description or to apply, go online to statejobs.nebraska.gov. An online state application must be completed for you to be applying for this job. The state of Nebraska, of course, is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer. And this information is available on Sandals Express jobs page as well. And very nice people there at the front office of the Nebraska Department of Transportation. And that's all I'm going to say right now.
Okay.
Anyway, go to the employment page of sandalsexpress.com or go to statejobs.nebraska.gov to look into this job with the Nebraska Department of Transportation. Actually, 2 jobs.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet your neighbor. Are you okay?
No, I'm getting all choked up. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency pasture rangeland and forage sign-up has been extended to December 1st of this year. This policy is based on a historical average of precipitation tracked back to 1948. This ensures against a decline in precipitation and works for both haying and grazing, irrigated and non-irrigated land. This is a great program and very easy to set up, and the guy that can help you sort through all of it is Chip.
Oh, he's hip.
Yes, he is. He's no dip. So, see, now you got me doing it. You just dragged me in. So check it out at Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. Also, Liana, very busy right now with open enrollment. Don't forget the Medicare period ends on December 7th, so please get appointments made soon. Also, the open enrollment period for individuals and families under 65 started on November 1st, and it goes through January 15th of next year. But if you need coverage to start January 1st, you need to have that in place by December 15th. And Liana can help you sort through all of that. Look for the big red awning now at 914 South D, their spot here in Broken Bow. Stop in and see what Tim Troxel can do for you with home, auto, farm, and commercial coverages, or to schedule an appointment. Call Chip and Liana in the Callaway office at 836-2201 or Tim in Broken Bow at 872-6996.
Thank you, Brent. Hey, I was going to ask you, too, since we're going to be neighbors.
Yes. Yes.
I just want you to know, and please tell Shelley this too, that if, like, you guys want to send over some chicken and noodles, soup or mashed potatoes or something like that over to our house as a gesture of goodwill.
Again, I ask, do you approach every person in the neighborhood like this? Do you just go around knocking on the door? Hey, just want to let you know, if you guys are making soup some night and you have some left over, feel free to bring it over to us.
Each household is different.
Oh, okay.
And each relationship is different. And I'm just saying, if you get the urge sometime and you go, I bet Dave and Joan would like some of these noodles. Of course, Joan doesn't eat chicken and noodles; she just eats noodles. But either one, if you have some, maybe with maybe that little side of mashed potatoes or something like that, and you send it over in a Tupperware container. I just want you to know I'll bring the Tupperware container back.
Well, you bring it back.
I won't be one of those neighbors
that is nice to know.
Keeps it and never brings it back. Now,
you're not one of these guys that comes over and keeps asking to borrow stuff, are you?
No, but I was gonna ask you a question about your mower we were talking about the other day. because I got the riding mower, but sometimes a smaller mower would be handier in certain instances. And, maybe we could work something out.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure we could.
It is 8:25, and Mark Stock is on the line right now, and he has been busier than busy with all sorts of things with Big Iron Auction Company, real estate, sales, cattle sales, all sorts of things. And he's a good neighbor.
I'm sure he is.
So let's find out what Mark Stock's up to. Good morning, Mark.
I'll tell you what, when's the last time you guys blew your leaves across the neighbor's fence? Come on now, be honest.
Oh, you know what? I don't think I have. I've tried hard not to do it. Honestly,
it was an accident.
Wait long enough for Mother Nature to take care of it for me.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen.
Yeah, sometimes you can think, well, the wind's going to blow those leaves off my yard, and then you look over at your neighbor's yard and you realize they've ended up against their house or in their yard. It makes you feel bad, but then what are you going to do about it?
Well, it all depends on which side of the lot you're on, because if you're on the one end, if you're in the middle, you're going to get it coming and going both ways, right?
Yeah, right.
Yours will move over to the neighbors, and the neighbors will move over to yours, and the circle of love continues.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Well, that's a neighborly thing to do, is spread the love.
That's right. That's right.
How busy are you, Mark?
Well, today we're selling 3 different tracts of land for 3 different families in 3 different states. Wow. So, we got some land in Custer County over by Sargent selling today, this morning actually. BAA Farms and Rex Mahoney, the Big Iron Realty listing agent, is at the Sargent Community Center this morning. 156 acres of pivot irrigated and gravity irrigated land will be sold online on bigiron.com today. So this particular pivot irrigated farm has a Ranke Electrigator 2. That pivot was installed in 2005. It's an 8-tower system. It's got drop nozzles. It's got 38-inch tires. The irrigation well is a 50-horsepower electric motor. There's 145 certified irrigated acres on this farm. 119 acres are from groundwater, and then the 25.3 acres are water that comes from the Sargent Irrigation District. And the northeast corner is gravity irrigated. The gravity irrigation pipe is included with the sale. There's a ditch that kind of runs through a portion of the farm on the south side, but there are pivot bridges for the pivot to cross that low area to make a full circle. The seller has improved the drainage during their ownership by removing trees and brush, and they put a culvert installed on the west side, and they also put down about $10,000 worth of rock on the west side and on the north side for better year-round access. There's a stock well in the southwest corner, so you can run some cattle out there as well. So just a great farm with excellent access right off the good blacktop road on the north side. And this property is going to sell today on bigiron.com. It's located approximately 4 miles west of Sargent, Nebraska. It's on the south side of the Victoria Springs Sargent Road. It's a blacktop county road. Everybody knows the road, been on it 100 times. And Rex Mahoney's got Big Iron Realty signs out there, folks. So check it all out. BAA Farms, LLC, is the seller, and Rex Mahoney is the listing agent. And once again, he is at the Sargent Community Center this morning. He's there right now. And this online land auction is scheduled to close at 10 o'clock this morning unless it goes into bidding extensions. There's 156.73 acres altogether. That's what's being sold times the money. And the bidding is going on as we speak. The current bid on this farm, folks, is $4,850 an acre. And get a hold of Rex Mahoney if you just want to give him a call. I'll give you his phone number here real quick once I get it off my phone because I don't have it memorized. 402-649-1816. If you have questions, it's 402-649-1816. Now, in addition, we got some land selling in Kossuth County, Iowa today. There's 80 acres of almost perfectly flat farmland that will be sold today for the Barth family. Amy Brook is a Big Iron Realty listing agent. And we've also got 157 acres of Gove County, Kansas land that will sell today. That land located 4 miles east of Quinter, Kansas. That's a really nice dry land farm that's 88.5% prime farmland as tagged by the NRCS office and the USDA office there in northwest Kansas. So Mike Campbell, the listing agent, he'll be at the local library there offering bidding assistance on that property. But once again, folks, 3 tracts of land. The one that everybody I'm sure listening to right now is real interested in is the 156 acres of Custer County, Nebraska land that is selling today, located 4 miles west of Sargent, Nebraska, and Victoria Springs Road. Now, tomorrow, folks, on the machinery side of the business, wow, do we have machinery selling on BigIron.com. And if you are looking for quality equipment, we got it for you, folks. There is late model tractors, late model combines, late model planters, and there's older tractors and older combines and older planters. I think just in the month of November and December, we're going to be looking close to 14,000 different items between now and the end of the year. We've got some sales here, folks, that we'll have 2,500 items on one day and another 2,000 items the next day. We've got some sales, folks, where we're doing special auctions where they're going to be on their own special day due to this large demand of people who are selling equipment now on Big Iron. But tomorrow's sale, folks, features a tremendous lineup, just over 1,000 items altogether. I know your local local rep, Henry Nuxel, is just super busy. He's out, in addition to getting all of his lights put up there in Comstock, but he's out there really working hard, taking a lot of photographs for people. He has got, in Lexington, Nebraska, tomorrow, a John Deere 4940 sprayer selling for Country Partners Co-op. They've also got a John Deere 4930 dry fertilizer spreader. They got a Magnum grain trailer with an auger mounted on the back. Over by Dunning, Nebraska, he's got an Emerson bale processor that's selling, and a Vermeer 678 Sycamore, plus some other things. That's selling for CC Angus Ranch, right over by Dunning. He's just got a tremendous lineup of equipment selling all over. There's equipment selling in Cozad, Nebraska as well. So if you are in the market to buy some machinery, we strongly encourage you to go to BigIron.com. Call the sellers if you have any questions, because their name and number is published with every item that's selling. Ronnie Coleman right here in Broken Bow. He's got a Fozzie Meridian Track King Pivot Track Closer. That will be sold today. So check that item out. And look at all the trucks, folks, and all the construction equipment, too. If you've got some work that needs to be done out in the field and you need a dirt scraper or something like that, we're selling those items as well. In Taylor, Nebraska, RC Chopping LLC, they have got a 1973 International Fleet Star 20-ton A-Series truck. It's a tandem axle truck with a silage box on the back. So that item being sold tomorrow as well. And the list goes on and on. We've got Jim Anderson retiring. We've got Jantz Farms retiring. We've got Pioneer Supply Company retiring. We've got the Jesse D. Pierce Estate Sale featuring a John Deere 4955 tractor. We've got a Lenora Holmes selling 63 items. She's got some construction-related equipment that is being sold on that sale. The Calvin Stearns family, they are getting out of the show cattle business, and they've got all their 4-H and FFA livestock show supplies being sold there by Raymond, Nebraska. So check that out. And, of course, Country Partners in their various locations. They've got a lot of equipment. But dial up BigIron.com for the land selling today and the machinery selling tomorrow. And call us if you've got equipment you would like to get sold by the end of the year. You're down to 1 week remaining, folks. We talk next week. We're going to be down to a day or two to get those items listed. But you got to call in today or get a hold of Henry today or get a hold of Ryan Harder or Ryan Harbour or any one of their Matt Cope or any one of the area reps. They'll be able to help you out and get your equipment sold on the Big Iron website.
All right, Mark, I'm going to throw that number back at you to make sure I have it right for the land, 150-plus acres down around Victoria Springs. That's 402-649-1816. And they can call in and ask questions, or can they bid through that number? Is it just an assistance? How's that all work?
Yeah, just call in and talk to Rex, and he'll get you helped out.
Okay.
649-1860. He'll walk you through the registration process if you got internet at home. If you don't, just jump in your car and head over to Sargent, because what is that, a 30-minute drive?
Yep.
Oh. So 30 minutes, you can be at the community center, and from there, he has got computers up and ready to go to help you bid if you don't have a login number right now.
Okay, very good. Appreciate the information, and look forward to talking to you next week.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.
All right, take care. All right, Mark Stock with a lot of local flavor this morning on the auction and land and so forth and equipment. So, check it out. Big Iron is available online, of course. They're kind of a pioneer in that area and continue to lead the way in digital real estate, auction, all those sorts of things. Brent.
Yes, Dave.
We're going to be making a phone call here in just a moment to learn more about the Gateway Farm Expo. And that's starting in Kearney, of course, been going on 50-plus years. And I think today is the exhibitor registration, which is taking place today, and then things really get rolling tomorrow. So we'll find out more about that in just a little bit.
Good.
All right. A little credence here for you on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. CCR, Who Will Stop the Rain? The name of that cut here for you on this Tuesday morning. And we have made connections with Mike Peck with the Gateway Farm Expo. Mike, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
We're doing well. It's so good to talk to you about something that's been so successful for so many years. If you don't mind, let's start there. Which is this 50-some expos that have taken place in Kearney now?
Yep, this is our 52nd year. We are the longest-running farm show in Nebraska.
I would say that's quite an accomplishment because there are a lot less farm and expo shows now than there were 20 years ago. So congratulations on running a show that has sustained itself. Why do you think that's happened? Why do you think you've been here for 50-plus years?
You know, I got to give all the credit to all the volunteers that we get to come out here. You know, a lot of businesses in town let some of their staff come out here to help do anything from helping set up to making meals. And, you know, we feed everybody that comes in. We have a farmers and ranchers barbecue both days from 11:30 to 1. Plus, we actually cater right to our exhibitors where we take their food right to them into their booth and deliver it to them in clamshells so that they don't have to leave the booth. They don't have to go out and buy anything. So it makes a good opportunity for us to connect with the exhibitors and also the visitors that fill up.
You bet. And today is the registration and setup day. We've had a little experience with that sort of thing here at KCNI KBBN, Mike, and it is a lot of work, and everything kind of happens all at once, and you have to have good people and volunteers to make it all fit together by the end of the day, don't you?
Exactly. Yep. Without them, we wouldn't have a show, and without the exhibitors. I mean, if we don't get the exhibitors in here, we don't have visitors showing up. So we really try to cater to the exhibitors and make it a great experience for them too.
What are some of the things that folks will see when they come to the show, which starts tomorrow? What are some of the different varieties that maybe you could just mention off the top of your head that they'll be enjoying?
Yeah, we've got we'll have large equipment manufacturers. We'll have booths. We'll have short line. We have pivot dealers, crop insurance, you name it. Anything ag related will be here. We'll have a little over 250 exhibitors this year. And it works out great that whether you're a farmer or a rancher, we have somebody here that probably has a product that they can buy. We have a lot of cash and carry. That's why the exhibitors like it here. Is this time of year, guys have their checkbooks in their pocket. They kind of know where they're at, and they're willing to spend some money.
Yeah, I think that's key. Where we're in the final quarter here. The end of the year is not far away. And here's the other question I have with that. It might be especially brisk, I would think, due to supply and demand out there. If they can pick something up at the show, I would think they would do that under the circumstances that the whole country's under right now.
Yep, exactly. So it's an opportunity for the exhibitors to sell something and producers to come in and buy something.
Yeah. Also, let's not forget about having a little fun. And you seem like maybe you guys are pretty intent on making sure there's a little entertainment here and there. Talk about that a little bit, if you would.
Yeah, we like tonight we'll have an exhibitors reception, which is a great opportunity for these guys to get back, network with their old pals, the old friends. So the camaraderie that we get tonight is nice for the exhibitors. And then tomorrow we've got speaker sessions. Tomorrow morning is our I call it our UNL morning, because we have Dave Aiken, who's a professor at UNL. He's going to be in to talk about carbon credits and contracts. Brad Lubin, who is an extension policy specialist at UNL, he's going to be talking about all the policy updates that are coming down the pipe. And then Elliot Dennis is the assistant professor at UNL. He's going to talk about cattle marketing and the government changes. And then in the afternoon, we have solar energy. Bobby Johnson with Dawson Public Power will be in the afternoon, along with Troy Nielsen from Smart Yield, talking about just the commodity market update for 2021. I need to mention our keynote speaker on Thursday afternoon at 2 p.m. is Greg Eibong. He's an undersecretary in residence at UNL.
Mm-hmm.
He was also the former USDA Undersecretary for Marketing and Regulatory Programs, and also before that he served as our state of Nebraska Director of Agriculture for over 12 years. So he's going to talk about carbon sequestration, government policy versus the realities, and that'll be an interesting topic. The carbon footprint anymore is such a hot button. It's good to have guys coming in to talk about that too.
Yeah, I would think so, because there's a lot of buzz about it, but there's a lot more information that we need to gather, and this is a great way to do it. Exactly. And so you've got information, a little music along the way as well, good food. Yep. You pretty well got it set up.
And the one thing I need to mention too, we're a nonprofit, so we're all volunteers. So all the funds that we make and raise, not only do we use it to advertise for our exhibitors and make sure our show's successful, but we also support a lot of area 4-H programs and FFA programs. We offer scholarships for high school seniors, and even we have a college scholarship for a college student. We also support like the Buffalo County 4-H sale, and we go to other sales also, and we can end in for Kearney County and do stuff like that too.
So basically, nonprofit boosters for agriculture. Plus, you put on this 52nd annual Gateway Expo, 17th and 18th at the fairgrounds, right in Kearney at Buffalo County Fairgrounds. I almost think, Mike, I remember being a pretty young, I don't know, must have been 9 or 10 years old. No, I would have had to been older than that, but going through and having a local radio station there, interviewing people as they pass by many, many years ago. So it's pretty outstanding that this show is going on. And gosh, Nebraska's agriculture is what it's all about. So we appreciate all the efforts that you and your volunteers, plus all the other work that you just mentioned that you do for agriculture.
Yep, and we have a giveaway to a lucky. You just got to come in and fill out a registration form and drop it in the box. But we're giving away a 3-in-1 air compressor, generator, and welder. It's a nice unit. It's a hot ticket right now. So come on in and come to our show and go to booth number 610 over in the exhibit building and register to win it. And we have other giveaways too, so it's a good opportunity just to come in, mill around, and see all the different items and products out here.
Well, Mike, we appreciate using us to get the word out. I know that, as you mentioned, right now they're looking towards the end of the year. They're looking for equipment they can get their hands on, other products and services. So I would look for an excellent show again this year, but we appreciate you taking time to talk to us today about it.
Thank you very much, Dave.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Take care.
You betcha. Have a good day. Thanks.
You too. Mike Peck talking on behalf of other volunteers that put on the Gateway Farm Expo. And Brent, I'm not sure most people would have realized that it's a volunteer group that does that, nonprofit group that does other things for agriculture besides this very important event that's been going on. This would be the 52nd year.
Yeah, great event and opportunity to gain information as well as take a look at all the exhibits that'll be there.
Yeah, and knowing how much work it is to put on a show like this,
yes.
And keeping volunteers to do it, that's outstanding. And then also understanding what Mike mentioned, the exhibitors who come, a lot of them probably been coming 20, 30 years. There's new ones, and that changes as time goes along. But I imagine this is a family reunion of sorts where everybody gets together and remembers what they did bring 20 years ago and the friendships that they've made. It makes it a pretty neat deal.
Yeah, I mean, in this neck of the woods, there's still something special about being able to look at someone face to face, and that's what you'll be able to do at the expo.
And visit about it.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of the expos have went by the wayside as internet came along, because a lot of you couldn't have your hands and see that firsthand, see that equipment, talk to them and get the specs on it and what this does and what the warranty is and all those things. Now you can get that on internet, but just what you said, there's nothing that beats face-to-face and that handshake and talking about things in language that both parties understand rather than instructions on a web page somewhere. Yeah. So take it in. They have a lot of different things there for you to take in, a lot of good information, and you can go online and check out the schedule as well. It's real easy to find. I just Googled it in, and Gateway Expo, Kearney, Nebraska, and you'll find all the information you need.
And the Buffalo County Fairgrounds is now just a great facility to hold something like that.
Yeah.
Now, so that'll be a good time for those who want to go.
Yep, it's grown, and they love hosting it there. So check it out. This is Farm Ranch Country. Brent.
Dave.
Fairder Auto Parts is looking for a good worker.
They are.
And they're located right here in Broken Bow, as you know, for many, many years. And they're looking for a self-motivated person with automotive parts knowledge. The position is a full-time position, but they would consider part-time if that works a little better for you. But come talk to them. Apply by calling 872-6411 or stop in to Fairder Auto Parts and talk to Jim on West Highway 2 in Broken Bow. Now, this listing is on SandhillsExpress.com's employment page, just like all our others. But again, face-to-face, that's a pretty good way to find out whether you have the needs that they are looking for. the experience they're looking for, and you can all fit it together and have a good partnership at Fairder Auto Parts, looking for a self-motivated person to work with the automotive parts business they have there.
All right, Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold gearing up for the holidays. Beautiful holiday decor is coming in. They have holiday and winter gnomes, some dressed differently in a variety of sizes. Some beautiful decorative tree ornaments of all kinds. Also wall hangings to fit every style, whether it's a focus on winter and Christmas or Western and traveling themes. They have some beautiful wall hangings to check out there. Also, they carry gifts galore, something for everybody. The baby, children, men, women, even your favorite pet.
Oh.
So check it out at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts, and while you're shopping their gift selection, you can enjoy a delicious coffee, latte, one of the delicious drinks that they serve up at Brubaker's, and also an enjoyable treat as well. And it's always a treat when you go to Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5, open on Saturday from 9 until 3.
You know, you mentioned pets, and I was going to bring that up earlier.
Oh, yeah?
You know, since you're going to be our neighbor.
Yeah. Well, that's one that, see, I don't think pets are allowed, so I guess you couldn't come in.
Oh, no.
I guess we couldn't.
You're thinking of me as
you.
a pet?
What?
I'm not a pet.
Did I say that?
I'm a human being.
Did I say that? I'm sorry.
And it's not necessary for you to have a bathroom in the basement, because I don't have one in the basement at my house either.
Okay.
So we can talk about that later. But it did pop up when you said pets. Sometimes, would you mind once in a while coming over and feeding the cats?
Oh. Well, I maybe could do that.
All right, and then
do you pay for that?
Joan, I think Joan does.
You're just asking me to do it out of the kindness of my heart.
So we're neighbors. We don't exchange money.
Okay, all right.
It's not much. It's not about money. It's about neighborhood, helping neighborhood out.
Sure.
Neighbors.
Yeah.
Neighbors. The only other thing, when you feed them, usually the person who helps us out with that usually cleans out the litter box in the garage.
Oh, really? Oh, wonderful.
If you wouldn't mind just considering that. But we'll make sure you have plenty of fresh litter. And a bag to put the old litter in, and you don't have to. We're not expecting you to go in and pull it, like with a clamp and take the chunks out. You just pour the whole box into a bag and then put in the litter. If you ever think about it.
All right, sounds great. I got a message from your wife. Did you know that? She texted me.
Uh-oh.
Joan says, "Don't worry, Dave really isn't much trouble after about 8 or so now."
Hey, I made it.
You go to bed early, do you?
I almost made it 9 o'clock last night.
Did you? I actually made it to 10.
Yeah, I like 8:30 as a target, but then if you're watching a show of some kind that goes a little longer than that, sometimes you have to. Or I know that it sounds old, but we now check Joan's kind enough to check the length of the movie before we start watching it to see whether it's going to go too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a pretty exciting guy.
Yeah, boy, sounds like.
The Broken Bow Early Head Start is looking for a temporary cook. Now, this is through Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership. They're looking for an individual to work as an infant toddler temporary cook, 40 hours per week here in Broken Bow. Starting pay is $11.36 per hour. Qualified individuals must have a high school diploma or equivalent, a valid Nebraska driver's license, and a working phone. They prefer prior experience working with food, cleaning, as well as working with infants and toddlers. This individual will process food and prepare meals complying with the USDA requirements, be responsible for cleaning classrooms, dishes, laundry, and so forth, and work a minimal time in the classroom with children ages 6 weeks to 3 years old. For an application, contact CNCAP, Human Resource Department, at this number, 308-745-0780, extension 0. That's 745-0780, extension 0, or apply online at centralnebraskacap.com. This position will remain open until filled. They are an equal opportunity employer.
The Cleaning Shack. You know where that is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. It's inside the
Quilting Shack.
There you go. You got it. Yes, the Cleaning Shack is where you go to get your dry cleaning taken care of in Broken Bow, and they are located inside the Quilting Shack you'll find on East Highway 2. They are changing their drop-off deadline. We want to remind you of that. Changing their drop-off deadline to Wednesday by 11:30. So turn it in on Wednesday by 11:30 and then have it back the next Wednesday by 3. Also, while you're in there, stop in to check out the great selection of material the Quilting Shack has for you to get those winter projects done. And if you're needing a quilt quilted with their machine, get it in soon to have it back by Christmas time. Don't wait until the last minute. Again, the Cleaning Shack is where you go to get your dry cleaning taken care of in Broken Bow, and they're changing their drop-off deadline to Wednesday by 11:30 to have it back the next Wednesday by 3.
Have you ever applied liquid medicine to cat's eyes?
No, I can't say I have.
Would you like to learn?
No, I don't.
We'll be right back.
At the Callaway Good Life Center, their hometown facility offers the security and comfort of a small town with the advantages of city living. They offer speech, occupational, and physical therapy for their residents. Visit CallawayGoodLife.com for more information.
Winter. We know it's coming soon. Come and see us at Bow Bootery for the styles you need to stay comfy and warm. We have snow boots, bear paws, tights and leggings, fashion boots, casual shoes, wild rags, slippers, and leather purses and wallets. Whew, that's just a few of the items we have. To see it all and get your gift shopping underway, come see us at Bow Bootery, your home-owned shoe store on the square in Broken Bow.
Fraudulent activity is on the rise, and fraudsters seem to be working overtime. Bruning Bank is dedicated to keeping you safe. Remember, never give out your personal information, click on unsolicited links, or rely solely on caller ID as it can be spoofed. Keep your information safe by monitoring your account transactions with mobile or online banking and set up customized alerts with Notify. If you believe you have been targeted by fraudulent activity, we are here to help. Learn more about fraud safety at bruningbank.com or visit any Bruning Bank location. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Really helps, Brent, if when you do this, when you apply the liquid, sometimes you need to wrap the cat in like a towel or something so they don't scratch you.
Okay.
I just want to give you a hand there if you ever feel like being neighborly and helping with that process.
Okay. All right. Well, I do want to be neighborly.
I know you do. That's why we're so excited.
Yes,
about
me
having,
too.
Yeah, there's been lots of times where we can help one another out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, we'll take another quick time out and check in with news, and then a little bit later on, we're going to be visiting with the Broken Bow Booster Club. We want to tell you about Sylvester's 30th anniversary celebration.
Whoa, 30?
Yep.
Oh man.
We'll find out more about that next half hour or hour, depending on how long we chat.
Yes.
It's all coming up right after these words.
Todd Wardine here for Full Circle Irrigation. We would like to invite you to our annual open house appreciation with Valley Irrigation on Saturday, November 20th at our Broken Bow location. We'll get things started at 4 o'clock for supper. We'll be serving pulled pork sandwiches, ribs, cheesy potatoes, and homemade ice cream. There will be drawings for door prizes, sales on Valley parts, grain bins, and much more. My crew and I would like to thank you for your business, and we look forward to seeing you at our open house appreciation supper at the Broken Bow location on Saturday, November 20th at 4 o'clock. Full Circle Irrigation, your Valley dealer in central Nebraska. Our roots are in your fields.
Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers has just listed for sale the Divine Ranch located in southern Custer County, Nebraska. This 2,700-acre combination ranch is offered in 3 tracts or as a whole, with a center pivot, dry land, and quality hardland range. The South Loop River runs through the ranch, providing for good sub-irrigated meadows and ample hunting opportunities. This is the first time this ranch has been for sale since it was homesteaded in 1889. Call me, John Farley, or check it out at LashleyLand.com.
Listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Jury deliberations are about to begin in the trial of an 18-year-old who killed 2 protesters at a Black Lives Matter demonstration in Wisconsin. CBS News legal contributor Rebecca Royfe says Kyle Rittenhouse testimony will be key for jurors.
Did Rittenhouse help his lawyers establish self-defense or not? And it really depends on how he came across.
Prices were up, but it didn't stop Americans from spending last month. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Retail sales rose a better than expected 1.7% in October from the previous month. Sales are up 16.3% from a year ago.
Pfizer's allowing generic manufacturers to make its COVID treatment pills for people in developing countries. Charles Gore is with the medicine's patent pool.
We're extremely pleased to have another weapon in our armory to protect people from the ravages of COVID-19.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Deb Carson.
Lots of breaking baseball news. Jose Barrios and the Blue Jays have agreed to a 7-year, $130 million contract extension. Also, the Cleveland Indians and the Cleveland Roller Derby team jointly announced the amicable resolution between the two in a lawsuit that was filed against the baseball team over the name Guardians. The terms of the settlement were not announced, but both organizations will still have the right to use the name Guardians. American League Rookie of the Year award went to Rays outfielder Randy Arozarena. National League Rookie of the Year award went to Reds second baseman Jonathan India. NFL Week 10 wrapped up last night with an NFC West Monday Night Football matchup. 49ers ripped the Rams 31-10. In their Rams debuts, receiver Odell Beckham Jr. had 2 catches for 18 yards. Von Miller had 3 tackles, 1 for a loss.
Here's your Weatherology Forecast. For today, look for partly sunny skies with warm high temperatures working up to 77. Upper winds becoming breezy, turning to the northwest. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 31. Much cooler on Wednesday, despite lots of sunshine, we're back to a high of 44 with gusty northwest winds. And for your Thursday, still mostly sunny up to 46. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation is your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer specializing in pivot maintenance and repair. But did you know they are also licensed electricians that can do all electrical work that is agricultural, commercial, and even residential? Yes, that means new houses and remodels too. Get a free quote within 24 hours and Custer Electric will have you on your way to your new home. You did your pivot maintenance, you made it through service season. Now it's time for grain bin season. Custer Electric and Irrigation sells Conrad American grain bins and will service any and all grain bins you may need worked on this year. New bins, rewires, fans, motors, capacitors, belts, pulleys, and everything in between. Lance and crew will do it all at a price that's fair to you. Custer Electric and Irrigation is your one-stop shop for all electrical, agricultural, and commercial needs. Call today at 872-7786. Check them out on Facebook or go to custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
52 degrees outside under a cloudy sky. I feel like singing Willie Nelson's Blue Sky, but I won't. Because
well, you've been singing it off the air all morning.
I know.
You've just been walking around the hall, blue sky shining on me. Nothing but...
Hi, Barry. Barry Fox is here. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys this morning?
Good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. You ever think about doing radio voice work? You have a nice radio voice.
Hey, I'd agree.
Everybody told me that Tammy Chapin's the radio voice person off the Booster Club. So I think she's the one.
She has a nice voice, too.
Yeah. She's the one you need to hit up. So
maybe you guys could work together and do a morning show.
Yeah.
Are you hiring?
Well,
I think there's some people out there that wish somebody would take over.
Say, yes. All right. Before we get into business here,
okay.
Dave and I have a little debate going on, and it has to do with the dinner roll. Okay, we got Thanksgiving coming up. I don't know what your family does, but I know we always have dinner rolls at Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Now, I take the dinner roll, I just rip it in half, basically. I'll butter each side, and I eat it as 2 halves.
All right.
Okay? Dave cracks the dinner roll open.
No, you're
from the top.
just about halfway down. And
Okay.
Yeah, kind of the top, though, more towards the top.
And then drops the butter in, right? And then eats it as a whole rather
Well,
than...
you close it up and let the butter melt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rather than tearing it apart. What do you do?
Well, I think you're both wrong. So
Really? You have a third way?
Well, it's similar to yours. It's a combination of the two. I break mine, split mine in half like you do.
Okay.
Put the butter in and then put it back together.
Oh,
and eat it whole.
Just put
so
it
it's
back
more
together.
similar to Dave's, I would say.
Okay.
And honestly, the only right way to eat a dinner roll is to do that and then put the leftover turkey in there that evening.
Oh,
and eat it as
definitely.
a turkey
yes.
sandwich.
Yeah,
That's the only real way to do it.
Making a turkey sandwich later that day out of the dinner roll.
Exactly.
I hear you. I do that.
Barry,
Yes.
I think all of your experience on committees and so forth has made you quite a good operator
Yes.
there. You found a happy medium there.
Wow.
I just wasn't picking sides this morning.
I hear you.
Well, thanks for coming in. I know that Brent can ask you better questions than I because you guys have been through a lot of these booster activities. This is a little bit of a new one, a little different one, right?
Yeah, we started this, well, it would have been 4 or 5 years ago because I think the first winter sports tip-off that we did with you guys was the year I came back.
Oh, okay.
I think.
So it's
Yeah.
been going a while then.
But yeah, we're talking about the winter sports tip-off hosted by the Broken Bow Athletic Booster Club, and it's coming up on Friday. Still hard for me to believe that in like a couple of weeks, we're going to tip off the basketball season, and the kids are going to be on the mats wrestling, and just crazy how fast time flies. But it's time to kind of focus on that, Barry, and I know you guys have a big event coming up on Friday.
Yep, we sure do. So this year, a little bit different. In the past, we've done it at Cobblestone or the municipal building, I think maybe even once. But this year it's going to be in the high school gym and cafeteria area. And so we bring everybody in from 5 to 8. And obviously you come out and talk to coaches and kids, seniors from the teams and stuff. But so we'll do that from 5 to 8. We have a nacho bar there, do a little bit of fundraiser for the kids and for the sports. And so, we're really looking forward to it. We had a great fall sports season.
Yeah.
And, we have high hopes for the winter season. I think we've got a great returning girls basketball team. Wrestlers have been great for quite some time, and I think they'll continue to do well this year. And, we've got boys basketball team, I know, with high expectations. I know they're hoping to – their goal is to make it to state this year, so they got some work in front of them, but they got some good kids that are really determined and really want to play hard. So,
yeah, they've got a good group coming back. And then you talk about girls basketball. I don't know what others are calling it, but I'm calling it one for the thumb because this group has won 4 consecutive Southwest Conference girls basketball tournament titles.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
It is.
And to go for 5 is going to be fun to watch. And I know they have high expectations.
Absolutely.
And, man, anytime I visit with Ed Schaaf right now, I'm pumped for wrestling. I'm serious. This Broken Bow wrestling program could do some real special things this year, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great year all the way around, and as far as sports for Broken Bow, so we're super excited.
Yeah, and we'll be there. We're going to do the radio thing. We'll be talking with coaches and players and doing that from 5 to 8.
Yep.
And I think we're going to visit with our cheer squad this year too, which is great.
Yep. So the Booster Club brought the cheer squad in under our umbrella here about a year and a half ago, and so. We've been excited about cheer's been extremely successful too with some state champions and some different things. So I think this will be the first time that you've actually been able to sit down and talk to them. So they'll kick off our night right at 5, and that's exciting to add them and see all that they've added to the community and to Broken Bow athletics.
All right. So, and again, this will be at the Broken Bow High School.
Yep.
So join us there. We'll broadcast it on KBBN 95.3 FM and also on the web at kbbn.com. Always an enjoyable time to talk with the kids and with the coaches. And you mentioned the nacho bar. I assume there will be a cost for that, and that's kind of where some of the fundraising comes in on the night too, right?
I think that's $5, I believe, if I remember correctly. So
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, very reasonable. Talk a little bit about some of the things that you guys have been involved in. I know that I know that one of the projects you've kind of been working on is a video screen and a video scoreboard at Mark Russell Field. Is that kind of the main project that you're kind of working toward at the moment, Barry?
Yeah, that's the main project. That's kind of the big one.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're getting close on that. I think we had a really successful Indian Nation banquet, and so we met or maybe exceeded our kind of our fundraising expectations for that event. So we should be able to support that project, and we're hoping that we'll get news in the not too distant future that's moving, that's going to actually happen, and there's a chance that may happen and be up for track season this spring. So it could go really fast. So nothing 100% yet, but we're hoping we have something in the near future to share on that. And then it's, we just have supported a host of other things. I think if any of you made it to the to the state football game, Booster Club helped support all the kids. I think we provided admission for 170
I noticed
K through 12 students, and we've done a lot of things with upgrading helmets for the football team, volleyball carts, cheer mats. I think they're getting the cheer team's getting kind of a rolling audio system, speaker system, and every sport we've been able to support pretty well. We sell we do the buttons and the pictures for each team sport, middle school through high school. All those proceeds go towards helping with uniform rotations every year. So those funds are earmarked, and we're just thankful as always to the support that we get from the community that allows us to do that. And the coaches are extremely thankful. They get they always have that wish list at the end of the year, and they're going, oh, we really wish we could do these things, and through the support of the community, Booster Club's able to make some of those a reality for them. And I spent some time just one of the things I think, and it might be Turbo did at least one of these, and I think the Booster Club did one of them, the shooting guns for the basketball, and those are really really cool that the kids can go up there and utilize those. So those are basically it's a big kind of basket, if you want to call it that sits around the basketball hoop, and the kids can shoot and make or miss. It shoots it back to them, and it'll rotate and counts how many makes and how many misses, and so those things are kind of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, and they get a lot of repetition out of that then, don't they? As far
for
as
sure.
Getting that ball back right away.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you're a businessman. You know that businesses get asked from a lot of different organizations and people like us, for revenue. So it's pretty outstanding when you think about it. I mean, there's a lot of requests for support out there, and the support for the boosters has always been there.
Yeah, it really is. It's amazing how much this community supports local, and we through all of our fundraising we try to give back too, and that's one thing we've done the last couple of years is if our big package from that Indian Nation is always the last 2 years anyway has been a buy local package. So those people that donate to the Booster Club, that winner of that raffle wins $5,000, and that's to spend locally.
Wow.
So we always want to try and spend that money here and give back to those who give to us. So
I have a fundraiser idea. If I'll throw at you,
okay.
I think a lot of people would pay a lot of money to have a expo wrestling match between you and your brother Stuart.
Oh, wow. Mr. Crawley and I would call that, too.
Would you?
Oh, yes, we'd be there. That would be fun.
I guess I'd have to add, just to add a little intrigue if we're going to do this, is, Mr. Goodman over at
yes,
Ansley thinks he's quite the wrestler, and he retired about 15 years ago from wrestling, so I think he should, I guess I'm calling you out, Gordy.
Oh. Hey, now this could really
time to come out of retirement.
Making challenges. This thing could just take on a life of itself. Oh, wow.
I think we're heading in the right direction on this.
Yeah, I think we can figure this out. So I'm in. You're going to have to get those two convinced.
Well, now, did you wrestle when?
No, just Gordy.
Just Gordy, because
Just
your
Gordy.
brother didn't wrestle. Stuart didn't wrestle.
No.
Yeah. More basketball and that sort of thing.
Yep.
Boy,
No, two non-wrestlers.
But Gordy, and let's face it.
Would it be a handicap match? You and your brother against Gordy?
No.
Oh.
No, there's a three-way tournament.
Yeah.
And he would be the lighter weight, right? I mean,
that'd be the handicap.
Yeah.
I probably outweigh him by double.
Well,
close.
Yeah.
Does he?
I would pay to see it. I'm just going to tell you right now.
I would too.
I would pay to see it, man. I would pay extra to be in a front row.
And I think if they're going to do it, they kind of would integrate, high school wrestling rules with, the showbiz wrestling.
Oh yeah.
So you could do
wrestling.
You could do body slams and jump on each other and that sort of thing.
My.
Well, I don't know the rules, so it's going to have to be that way. It's going to have to be that way.
Any rules anyway. Well, just an idea.
Crawley could officiate. He's an old official.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would know what to do.
Yeah.
He might be biased towards Gordy though. So
Maybe
we might have to get a third party.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those deals where I'll have to recommend an official. Gordy will have to recommend an official, and then those officials will have to pick the
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And one thing you want to do for sure is keep Shafe out of it. He would just have too much fun.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, it is going to be fun. It always is. And first off, I think we need to mention is just fun knowing we're going to have it because this didn't take place a year ago with everything that was going on. So that's great. You realize you just don't take things for granted anymore, I guess. So it'll be Friday. We'll be at the high school, 5 to 8. We'll be visiting with players and coaches of the Broken Bow Winter Sports teams, and we encourage you to come on out and join us live. That's where the fun is. So
yeah, and while you're there Friday, listeners out there, please support the idea of the wrestling matches with Stuart Fox and Barry and Gordy Goodman.
That could be a great fundraiser for the Athletic Booster
And
Club.
I want to see Barry put a full Nelson on his bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and
Stuart's in better shape
can
than
we,
I am, though,
if this comes to fruition, can there be betting?
Well,
think about, and then even the betting, all the proceeds go to the Booster Club.
Oh man, yeah, I think that would raise a lot of money.
Maybe have a Calcutta.
Yes, there you go.
We got it. Boy, we're getting this all figured out now.
Now here's what I want. What would you guys wrestle in singlets? That's what I want to know.
We might have to. That's going to take extra money to make that happen.
I think for promotional purposes, Brent.
Yes.
For promotional purposes, I would not recommend that.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe just like sweatpants.
Yes, maybe.
So I think you're going to have to figure out though whether this is the main event or whether this is the warm up and what the main event is. You know, there might be.
Well, I could just see you guys coming out with the lights turned down and the spotlight.
Oh,
in the
we
middle.
could make it a spectacle, man.
Oh, it'll be a spectacle, all right.
That's for sure. It'll be the greatest 8 seconds in sports history.
Yeah, I was going to say you may not get much for your money, but
Oh, what a thrill, though.
We'll have 2 matches just to be.
Yeah, there you go. We'd have to produce an undercard or something.
Double elimination or something. Yeah.
What was there anything else, Barry, you wanted to mention about Friday night or just about the boosters in general?
Yeah, no, not. I think just come out and support the kids. The kids do a tremendous job. They're always thankful for all the support. It's a great opportunity to hear directly from the kids what they think and honestly to interact with them and have some conversation with different kids. And, I've got 2 high schoolers now, 1 senior and 1 freshman, and it's been great to kind of get to know some of the other kids. Sometimes we're so busy and so much stuff going on that you don't get to do that very much, even with your own kids being in those classes. And so it's just a good opportunity to come out and support those kids. Tell them, I think they always like to hear, from the public and from other people, hey, great job. If you look in the stands and you see the support that all these teams have gotten in the fall and over the past few years, I mean, I think the volleyball and basketball girls teams probably have the best fan following of, anywhere I've been, to be honest. There's a lot of times we travel somewhere and we outnumber the home crowds. So it's great to see.
Yeah.
Good thing. Wish them good luck and for the upcoming season, and thank them for all their work already, because a lot of them have been working on it already, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
And thanks for asking us to be involved in it, too. We appreciate it. Enjoy working with you.
Yep. Thank you,
As
guys.
always, thanks a lot. All right. Boy, I'm just visioning. Just got a vision.
It's hard not to get a vision in your head now,
Stuck
isn't
in
it?
your brain.
I know. Woo.
Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to the COVID crisis, we are announcing a low-cost extended service plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay nothing for auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay nothing for auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-549-1985 now. Drivers who are covered by this auto protection will not have to pay for a covered repair bill again. This auto coverage is at an all-time low, much lower than what dealerships are charging. Additionally, drivers who activate this auto coverage today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and free rental car at no additional cost. Call for your free quick quote today. 800-549-1985. 800-549-1985. What do you have to lose? Again, 800-549-1985.
9:24. Thanks to Barry Fox for coming in on behalf of the Broken Bow Boosters. Sounds like they're geared up and rolling along for the winter sports season, and this Friday should be a lot of fun, Brad.
Should be. Yep. Look forward to it.
All right. We mentioned earlier that Sylvester's is celebrating their 30th anniversary. Does not seem possible. Whenever we think about Fred and Sylvester's, we think about when we went out there, 30 years ago now, and put on a little music show. Fred was already in business then, had taken over but I think maybe we was one of the very first to get some musicians together and put on a show. Of course, Bob Bowles and Mick McLaughlin and Dave Downey was helping, and Hardy Holm from Lincoln came in to perform, and there were people sitting on the floor. It was so full in front of the stage, and I remember my mother being there, and the neighbors were coming in. Everybody wanted to come out and enjoy the music and celebrate that Fred was taking over. And from that point on, Fred has been the music man. He's been bringing live music in to Custer County, central Nebraska, for 30 years. That seems impossible, and they're going to celebrate.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Do you have the sheet?
I don't have the sheet. Oh, yes, I do, too.
Okay.
It's a fancy sheet. I didn't even recognize it. It's in color. All right, yes, 30th anniversary, and they're celebrating this Friday. Of course, that's November 19th. And they're having live music, of course, 90s rock band Iron Zephyr. And you can count on some good 90s rock there to dance to and listen to. It all starts from 5 p.m. until 6 p.m. They'll have their happy hour activities, and then they'll have throwbacks, they call them, 8 until 9 p.m. All your beers are going to be $1 during that period of time. They're going to have other specialty drinks. And one of the things they really love out at Sylvester's, and always have,
they've kind of made it famous, haven't they?
Well, it's been around. They just really enjoyed it so much. They have it quite a bit. And it's a good game of bun darts.
Oh, wow.
They're paying $100 for first place.
Oh, my goodness.
$100 for the winner of the bun dart contest. So you've got live music. You've got specials going on. They'll start about 5 o'clock. And it's all happening out at Sylvester's for their 30th anniversary. And live music, bun darts, drink specials, and, just memories over 30 years of bringing music. And, they have a family out there. People out there just go out to kind of sit down and visit. They watch football games, of course, Big Red games. And I'm sure they'll be doing that again Saturday at Sylvester's this week as well, since the game's back on.
Yeah.
TV. So,
all right. Hey, if you're looking for a real neat gift, maybe for someone or even for yourself for the holiday season, check this out at LB Custom Chrome and Detailing. Going on now through December 24th. Take advantage of some great specials at LB Custom Chrome and Detailing. Great ideas for Christmas. 3 options of gift certificates available to purchase. They'll clean the interior of your car for $145. And I think you have. We've seen their work because they've done it to our vehicles here at KCNI KBBN. Yeah. But, man, when they clean the interior, I'm telling you, folks, it's like brand new on the inside. They do in the interior. You can get a certificate for it for $145. The exterior for $135, or put them together and get the complete package for $200. Now, if you purchase 2 complete packages, you get 1 free. Pretty good deal. So call Jeray today to find out more, 870-0243, or just swing by LB Custom Chrome and Detailing and talk to him. But the number again is 870-0243.
We have another job opportunity. Rain Dance Repair is looking for a general worker who will be working with Rich in pivot and grain bin repair. Must have a driver's license, and it'd be nice if it had a good record on it as well, a good driving record. This is a full-time position. There's no overnight travel required, and you will not work Sundays. Give Rich a call for more details. The number is 870-4455, or email raindancer55@msn.com. Now, this listing, of course, is on Sandhills Express jobs page, so if you're missing some of this and you want to get the phone number again or the email address, you can do that. I'll give it to you one more time. Give Rich a call at 870-4455 or email raindancer55@msn.com to find out more about this job opportunity at Rain Dance Repair. a full-time position working on pivot and grain bin repair.
And we want to remind you about our good friend Roxanne at Nebraska Land Hearing Center. Roxanne, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience, offering local, dependable service right here in Broken Bow. Free hearing evaluation and free office calls, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, and extended discounts for buying local. Yeah, no need to travel anywhere out of town because Roxanne sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow. It all begins with a phone call to set up an appointment, and you can do that by calling 308-384-3852. 308-384-3852. They're located in the Broken Bow Chamber Building, downtown Broken Bow. Again, the number to call to make an appointment, 308-384-3852.
Hey, do you have one of those dandelion sprayers?
No, I don't think I do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Just wondering.
Okay, yeah.
Broken Bow BD looking for very experienced person. This is quite an opportunity here out at BD in Broken Bow. They're looking for an operations administrative assistant to the plant manager that would be responsible for analyzing and preparing all the payroll data. Additionally, this position would be responsible for interacting with BD Associate Service Center and BD Talent Acquisition for various responsibilities, and is expected to assist in carrying out various human resource functions and procedures for all company associates. So some of the things that, there's a lot of information here, but we want to highlight a few things out of this for you. You would assist in onboarding and training of associates. You would also lead the execution of site payroll process, and some of the other items here: process reward and recognition activities as appropriate, manage badges for associates, contingent workers, contractors, and visitors. You would gather data and input into wage survey projects and assist in the coordination of associate relation functions. Now, there's a lot of other information here that you can look at on the jobs page, but it does require a bachelor's degree in human resources or business. That's the study that they prefer that you are under that degree. 3 years of experience in human resources, payroll, and administrative function required. Excellent computer skills to include all MS Office applications, especially Excel. And you must be able to maintain a high level of confidentiality, of course. So this job is a big one. It's a good opportunity if you have the skills and background. And again, this is on sandhillsexpress.com on the employment aid page.
All right, one final thing to remind you about here. If you're looking for a delicious treat through the month of November, there's time to take advantage of the November drink specials going on now at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow. During the month of November, they're featuring the Snickerdoodle Brevet, the Harvest Chai, Toasty Pumpkin Cocoa, Pumpkin Pie White Mocha, Raspberry Brandy, and French Cream Hot Cocoa. Those are your drink specials for the month of November at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts, but they have a great variety of drinks to choose from, so we encourage you to do that. Take a friend, enjoy a time there, and check out their great gift selection that they have there as well. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, open Saturday from 8 until 1, and we always encourage you to be following them on Facebook. That's where you can stay up to date with everything happening at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow.
We'll be right back.
Looking for great food and a place to laugh with friends and family? Look no further than Anselmo, Nebraska at Foo Bar and Grill. Friday nights are taco nights, and every day there's a new lunch special to try out. They are open 11:30 to 2 and then 6 to close. And they thank you for your patience as they work hard to serve you every time you visit. Foo Bar and Grill in Anselmo looks forward to seeing you soon.
This is American Education Week, a good time to remember that caring teachers and involved parents make the difference in a child's learning. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the 28,000-member NSEA. Our teachers and education support professionals want every child to have a great public school. Together, children, parents, and our public schools are working to help students achieve and succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Farmers know that if you give corn rootworm an inch, they'll take acres. That's why when it comes to defending your corn from these yield robbers, there's no room for compromise. SmartStack's technology offers protection that's been proven on over 150 million acres. See why it's the trait farmers trust at traits.bayer.com/smartstacks. Always read and follow IRM, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions. Performance may vary.
They say if you listen hard enough, you can hear the corn grow. It's true. When you're out in the field, you understand its challenges and what it needs to thrive. Channel Seedsmen bring insights from the field to our team of Bayer plant breeders. Their knowledge inspires our product development. From your best ground to your most challenging conditions, our products are designed to perform in your fields. Visit channellistens.com to see our latest innovations. Always read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
9:35. Still can't believe it. Still can't believe it.
What can't you believe, Dave?
Third Thursday of the month's coming up already.
Yeah, it is.
That means Rustic and Red in Cozad is ready to sip and shop with you this Thursday. Sipping starts at 4 p.m. and goes till 7. There's still discounts throughout the day, so you don't want to just go from 4 to 7 to shop, because you can cash in on all the discounts from 10 a.m. until 7 if you like. Heather Wellman will be singing from the loft, the beautiful loft there, from 5 until 7 p.m. So it will be a very entertaining and money-saving trip for you if you stop into Rustic and Red in Cozad, or for you folks listening in the Cozad area, you already know you're going to have a lot of fun. Follow them on Facebook at Rustic and Red to stay up to date with all that's happening on the third Thursdays. And they'll have details for you every time. This store is beautiful. If you haven't been in, you'll want to walk in and get ready to be wowed, because it's a pretty cool place. And if you've been there, you know it's worth the trip back to Cozad. They've got a lot going on at Rustic and Red, and they really, really ramp up for the holidays. And it's just a great place. And they're going to have Sip and Shop this Thursday. And, of course, they'll have those discounts all day, 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. The Sip and Shop is starting at 4 o'clock this Thursday at Rustic and Red in Cozad, Nebraska.
All right.
Viero is they're in Ansley, America.
They are, yeah.
One of the Viero shops, the closest one to you, if you're listening from Custer County, would be in Ansley. Now, Cassandra is there, and she's ready to make deals. Going on right now, you can get a new iPhone 13 model for $10, $15, $20, or $25 a month, depending on the model you choose. So bring your phone number with you, of course, from other carriers, and you'll receive a gift as well if you sign up. Just stop into the store, check it out.
Sounds good.
Also, don't forget, this is on local news again today, and we had the pleasure of having a couple of very nice young ladies in from the Sandhill Critters 4-H Club yesterday, and they will be giving away clothing on Saturday at the Custer County Fairgrounds 4-H building from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. All sizes, kids, adults, men's, and women's. They've got 67 kids in this 4-H group, and they're all bringing clothes from their families to give away. It's a pretty neat deal.
It is a neat deal.
So that's happening on Saturday. We've been telling you about an open house at Full Circle Irrigation coming up on Saturday. Here's some more information about that. Here's Todd.
Todd Wardine here for Full Circle Irrigation. We would like to invite you to our annual open house appreciation with Valley Irrigation on Saturday, November 20th at our Broken Bow location. We'll get things started at 4 o'clock for supper. We'll be serving pulled pork sandwiches, ribs, cheesy potatoes, and homemade ice cream. There will be drawings for door prizes, sales on Valley parts, grain bins, and much more. My crew and I would like to thank you for your business, and we look forward to seeing you at our open house appreciation supper at the Broken Bow location on Saturday, November 20th at 4 o'clock. Full Circle Irrigation, your Valley dealer in central Nebraska. Our roots are in your fields.
Stock up your fridge and liquor cabinet with the help of GK Wine and Spirits.
12 bottle packs of Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light, and Busch Light beers are $10.98. And 6 packs of Angry Orchard or Samuel Adams are $7.48. Mike's Hard Lemonade 6 packs are $8.48. Old Smoky Whiskey 750s are marked at $17.98. And save 15% off on all varieties of Jim Beam 750s. Thanksgiving is coming up. Have your favorite drink next to your turkey. Shop GK Wine and Spirits inside the grocery cart, Broken Bow.
9:39. Back to that Full Circle Irrigation open house and appreciation get together.
Yes, sir.
Homemade ice cream.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Saturday.
Okay.
Farmers and ranchers and associates. Don't forget, homemade ice cream.
Whoa.
Pulled pork, I believe it is. Yeah. You'll smell it on Highway 2 when you drive by.
I bet.
Their
There
new
you go.
location. And we'll find out more about that. I think Todd's coming in yet this week to kind of go over what they're going to be doing.
Good.
So that's good. Let's see. We got everything. I had one last question for you. Now you mentioned you don't have one of those pump up containers to spray dandelions.
No, I don't. I tell you what, when I get all moved in, whenever that may be, you can. I'll just invite you over so you can take a look at all I have to offer. Would that make you feel better?
What's your grill situation like? Do you have a grill?
I do, but it's just a propane grill.
Just propane?
Yes.
Oh, well, I've got one of those.
I know you've got a fancy one. You got a Traeger. I know.
Do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second one because I blew the first one up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. You always want to make sure on those pellet grills that the auger can auger.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise,
you found that out the hard way, did you?
The wiring gets a little hot in there.
Eeks.
Yeah. That was kind of a mistake on my part.
All right.
But, hey, sometime, if when we're trimming trees or something and you want to come over and help, we could probably have
this is my biggest concern, okay? This we thing. You do it to me all the time.
What do you mean do it
on
to you?
On the breakfast show? Every time you make a comment or you push the issue, all of a sudden it's we doing it. And that's kind of my concern about moving into the neighborhood. You'll think, well, even when we're not at work, it's still we.
Well,
I'm a little nervous about that.
We have a relationship different than the other neighbors. Now, if you'll ask the neighbors in the locale there, well, we've not had any real issues since probably the 1970s.
Okay.
We used to have, I'll be honest with you, we probably would have had a problem if you were moving in back when we had a lot of company. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes you couldn't tell whether somebody...
Was it known as the party house?
We had people over every night after work, almost every weekend, and sometimes you didn't know whether people just arrived that morning or they had never left. So going to bed at like 8:30 or 9 is a pretty big transition.
Okay.
So you're not going to have any trouble with that.
Well, that's good.
We've settled down quite a bit.
All right.
But I will say this, the neighbors that were around at that time gave us no troubles for all the social activities we had.
Good.
But you don't have the weed pump thing. Do you have one of those things that you just dig the dandelions out with, just the tool, you just dig out, dandelion digger?
No.
Oh,
no, I don't have one of those. So now Dave's just like, oh man, I wish he wasn't moving in now.
Gosh, I was hoping for a neighbor with more tools.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny.
Oh, you might want to get on your island, but I don't think so. But I'm just going to close the show today.
Okay.
Some people mistook this next song from the Beatles as a protest song, but it really wasn't. And John Lennon was the lead singer on it and the instigator of the song. And his lyrics, were a lot of times about, protest sort of things. This one was a little earlier on, and it's really about, there's nothing wrong with protesting. if there's something that you feel strongly about, that's what men and women have fought for many years in this country, is to be able to express yourself and go out and display your thoughts and your beliefs. That's the beautiful thing about
if you do it in the right way.
If you do it in the right way. And I always thought this song was misunderstood a little bit from the Beatles.
Okay. Wow, you're really getting deep.
Yeah.
As you conclude
and
the
if
show
you want
today.
to come over sometime, to the house, I'll play some stuff for you on my stereo.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know our musical tastes are very similar.
But there will be times that you won't have to come over to hear it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, just crank it up so we can enjoy it across the street. That'd be great.
All right. Well, this is a song, I think it's about the very thing that I was trying to get to, is that there's nothing wrong with disagreeing. There's nothing wrong with debating. There's nothing wrong really with going out and protesting and holding signs about what you believe in, as long as you don't hurt one another and you don't destroy property and you respect each other's lives and opinions. And this song I don't think is thought about that way, but if you can listen to the lyrics, I think you'll maybe agree with me. I hope so.
Okay.
And then maybe next week I'll play it really loud and you can listen to it again across the way there.
Wonderful.
It's called Revolution.